Well, hi y'all, it's your native Flor-xan, and today I got a hankering for some pulled pork. So let's do apartment pulled pork recipe. Hang in there and let's get into it. All right, so to start off with, this is some pork shoulder that the grocery store had cut up to make carnitas. And what I'm gonna do is take and brown it in a skillet just to add a little flavor to the outside. And then we're gonna get it in the crock pot and let it slow cook from there. So I'm really liking this duck fat spray. I'm gonna spray our pan a little generously with that and turn it on. I'm gonna let this pan get heat up, then we're gonna start searing our pork shoulder. Okay, so our pan's getting hot. I'm just gonna kind of start these off down in there. Kind of get a little of that fat on them. We're going to cook them till we build a little bit of a crust or color on them. You want, while these are cooking, go ahead and spray the outside of them with whatever fat you're using. So you can see I just turned them over, getting a little browning on them, and I'll flip and get that same coloring on all sides. All right, so we got some decent color on these pieces. I'm just going to put them straight into my crock pot. And I'm also going to add what fat come out of it. We know some of it's duck fat, but some of it is also the pork fat. So let me get this cleaned up and then I'll show you how we're going to cook these. All right, so getting started, I'm just going to add one of these small containers chicken broth. Now I'm just going to eyeball this to go about halfway up the meat. I think y'all know my feelings with crab bowl and pork, so we're just going to put about a teaspoon in there. Next I'm going to add some of the Rib Noxious chupacabra seasoning to this, and some of my house seasoning, of course. So we got it lidded up. We're going to get the crock pot going and let it run 6 to 8 hours, or until that meat will break up nice and soft. Alrighty, so our pork is cooked about 7.5 to 8 hours, and I just took and drained some of the juice off, so you can see that meat is nice and tender. We're gonna shred this down, let it cool a little bit, soak up some of the juice we left in there, and then we'll start adding our ingredients to make this into a somewhat decent pulled pork barbecue. All right, so we're gonna start out with a little bit of house seasoning, some more of our Rib Noxious chupacabra seasoning, add a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's. Now I was gonna make a mop type sauce to put in here, but then I decided I'll just do with what most people would have to do, and that's just put a little barbecue sauce in there. And there you go. All right, so how we're gonna serve this, I got a couple of brioche slider rolls. We're just gonna pile some of that meat on there. Now you could also cut up a little onion, a little pickle, and throw it on here as well. Maybe add you a little more sauce if you feel like it, but I tend to eat mine just like this. So let's give this dude a taste. All right, little apartment pulled pork slider. Let's give her a try. It's actually not bad. That deserves another bite. That's actually really good. So if you like me and you don't have access to a smoker or grill or whatever, you get a hankering for some pulled pork, try the apartment style where you cook it in a crock pot. After you've seared it down and this and that, you make you a decent meal for the night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.